So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Russian Specialist 2005. This is going to be another Adrian mention. Giving it 3 out of 5 stars. Thought it was all right. It's got explosions and some Russian ladies in it. Some kind of brothel or something. I don't know. But other than that, it's just Dolph Lundgren getting revenge again. Just like the Punisher. The mechanic released under the ultimate... Yeah, this is what Adrian calls it, the mechanic. And the movie poster on Wikipedia says the mechanic with a K. It says, they took his family, now he's out for revenge. Gee, where have I seen that storyline before? The mechanic released under the alternate title known as The Russian Specialist is 2005 German-U.S. action film starring and directed by Dolph Lundgren. This is a problem here. You don't allow actors to direct. Period. I'll give him directing credit. I finally figured out how to spell his name correctly. After 2 attempts. And thank God that Karate Man is actually paying attention here. Okay. I just spelled it correctly twice, so Karate Man can't beat me up over the spelling of his name. He also wrote the story with Brian Edward Hill. Dolph Lundgren is all over the place. Director, writer, actor. What is he trying to do here? I don't know. He's just trying to get revenge, I guess. Well, somebody's in the chat room. It must be Karate Man because I see more than 2 words at a time. This is pretty much Dolph Lundgren's version of Death Wish, aka Russian Death Wish. It's pretty bloody, this movie. I wasn't too impressed with the blood. I didn't care. But Karate Man likes it. Karate Man's in the chat room. Okay. So the film co-stars Ben Cross, who was Barnabas. He played Barnabas in the early 90s version of Dark Shadows with another British actress. I forget her name. Barbara Steele. My ex-wife used to have the movie poster for Black Sunday. Retired Spetsnaz soldier Nick Cherenko, Dolph Lundgren. I have to admit that Dolph Lundgren at age 50 or 45 or whatever, however old he is in this, he's looking like a genuine Russian dude, but he's not drinking the vodka in this one. Anyways, he was born in Sweden, but he does look like a Russian dude in this one. He's a mechanic in the small Russian village of Gorilovo. His wife, Alina Hilda van der Mellen, and son, Vanya Naum Shapov. All of these actors in this movie have last names that end with the letter V. are they're both killed by Russian mob boss Alexander Sasha Popov, Ivan Petroshinov, part of my Bulgarian, when he and his gang start a shootout after a bad drug deal. Nick arms himself and he takes revenge one night, killing 5 of Popov's men. Finally, he shoots Popov in the face, leaving him for dead. 7 years later, Nick works as a mechanic in Los Angeles' wealthy widow, Mary Abramoff. Lavina Finkelstein tracks him down and she pleads with him to go to Russia and retrieve her daughter, Julia, Olivia Lee, who had been kidnapped and forced into the sex trade. White slavery! Nick refuses, claiming he is just a mechanic. John Ridley, Atanas Srebrev, Mary's attorney, reveals that they know his past, but he continues to refuse. Finally, he is convinced when Mary reveals that the man who killed her husband and took her daughter is Sasha, still alive, and Nick sets off to St. Petersburg, Russia. British mercenary William Burton Ben Cross offers to take a prostitute, Natalia, away with him after a job, but she refuses. He stumbles drunk into his apartment where he's confronted by Nick. After sobering him up, Nick takes him to the club where Sasha hides out. Nick immediately attacks the guards and he demands to see Sasha. Despite Burton's insistence, they play it cool. Burton pulls him away, and Burton says they will return the next night. Burton fears Nick has compromised their mission. Barnabas is telling Dolph Lundgren to stop firing his gun. Like, what is he supposed to do? Sit around and pick his nose? The following night, Natalia lets Nick, Burton, and a group of Russian mercenaries, Yuri, Sergei, Alexei, and Pavel, into the club. They find Julia strung out on heroin or something. And they escape the club in a shootout where only 2 of the Russian mercenaries, Yuri, Asen Blatiki, and Sergei Anthony Argyroff arrive. Sergei has been badly wounded in the leg. They begin driving to the Finnish border, and Sasha's thugs give chase. Nick buys them time by luring the thugs into a tunnel, changing cars and setting off a bomb. Pretty cool explosions in this one. A nice looking. I like the Russian ladies in this. At least the one that was coming out the room. The group stop at a farmhouse to tend to Sergei, then proceed to the border, which was closed for the night. They stay with their contact, Misha, one of Nick's former Spenas soldiers. Sasha stops at the farmhouse and determines Nick is headed for the border, and he continues to chase them. The next morning, Sergei dies of his injuries, and Sasha arrives. Nick's group, Burton, Yuri, Misha, prepares for a fight. Sasha tries to lure Burton out by bringing Natalia, whom he kills. Angry Burton, Nick and his group split up, and they begin picking off Sasha's men. Finally, Nick confronts Sasha, who grabs Julia. She scratches his face to distract him, and Nick shoots his leg. He crawls away, but Nick executes him with a shot to the head. Pretty cool execution scene there. Burton and Yuri accompany Julia across the border to Finland, where she is reunited with her mother. And that's the movie. Shot in Bulgaria. New Image produced it, which Dolph was doing a lot from that same company. They even produced Cyborg Cop 1, Cyborg Cop 2, Hard Justice with David Bradley, and a lot of Van Damme's direct-to-video movies, 2000. Van Damme made direct-to-video movies in the 2000s? I thought I just reviewed one. I'm confused now. Okay. Karate Man has given me the scoop. Did I review Hard Justice? I don't even remember. A lot of these B movies were either filmed in South Africa, Philippines, Bulgaria, or even Canada, mainly because they're cheaper to film there. Tax breaks, of course. Bulgaria looks like, it doesn't look like Russia. It just looks like Netherlands, where Van Damme grew up. I don't know. Van Damme said he grew up in a village that would just had a bunch of cows and stuff. Kind of like where I want to move it to in Wyoming, but my son doesn't want to go there. Hard Justice. Well, Karate Man's telling us about new image. Of course, only he would know that. He being Karate Man, as it were. Yeah, I know Dolph was from Sweden. I said that in the beginning of my movie review. But I said, before a Karate Man arrived, I said, he passes off as a pretty believable Russian guy for somebody who grew up in Sweden. Hard Justice. Now I'm curious. Did I or didn't I not review it? Only YouTube Studio Creator Studio knows. So I started watching this British movie. Oh, I'm on the wrong. How did that happen? It switched my YouTube account on me. Switch account. Oh, I'm having trouble. So, sorry. I'm having trouble with the internet and